Let's go, people. Let's go. What's happening, YouTube? What's happening, Facebook? Yeah, you just got to get some vibe. You got to lift that vibration. You got to take it higher. Because we're going to talk about something really cool today. We're going to dive into something really, really cool. And that is, how can you start creating your videos that will actually beat your competition? That means you get to stand out from your competition, especially in 2022. That's what we're going to talk about. It's really, really important. So you need to make sure that you really raise your vibration right now, because if you don't raise your vibration, you're going to play below the vibration that success plays at. And success vibrates at a really high frequency. So you got to take it up. And man, music always does that. Here at EWA, Epic Wealth Academy, my queen and I, Vass and I, are always dancing. And you know what? Our members that video it, our clients in Millionaire Marketing Mastery, our Inner Circle members, they all dance with us. It's a lot of fun. So, make sure that if you're watching, by the way, if you're watching this live, go ahead in the comments and tell me which country you're watching this from. I want to know. Let's talk. My name is Sohan. I am the co-founder of Epic Wealth Academy. We're going to drop some really cool conversations with us today. And also, I'm going to be joined later on, hopefully, by a friend of mine who's also a very successful business owner here in Australia. And hopefully he jumps on the live and we can have some really good conversation. I'll tell you why. Because Tim Hyde, this man is the bomb. Let me turn the music off a little bit. Is the bomb when it comes to understanding how you can take your content and then create a relationship with the people that are engaging with your content, right? Who have probably come into your ecosystem, your domain in whatever shape or form. Maybe they filled a form out, maybe they opted into your list. But how do you take that and nurture those people to form a relationship to then eventually get them to say, shut up and take my money, let's go? Like that, he's a master at. He's a genius at that. So, I wanted him to come in on this live today so that we can actually have that side and give you that as a bonus, that can allow you to really see how you can stand out from your competition. Because your competition, a lot of people, maybe you know this or may not know this, but a lot of people in your competition, they're doing one or the other. They're either really great at nurturing the relationship and of whoever they're managing to acquire, and they're not doing a great job in the front end as far as promoting their videos are concerned, or is the other way around. They're promoting their videos, they're promoting their content on social media platforms, but they really struggle when it comes to nurturing. So that's why we wanted to bring that in. So hopefully Tim joins us today. But if he doesn't, that's okay. Don't have to panic, because you know what? We're going to be doing another episode of this next week, and he's going to come back next week, right? If he doesn't show up today, he's going to show up next week. But if he shows up today, I might even ask him to show up next week if you guys like him. So make sure in the comments, if you're watching this live, all I want you to do is right now, I've got my eyes on you guys right here from a comment. So drop a country that you're from. And if you're watching the replay, then I want you to go ahead and type #ReplayFamily. Okay, #ReplayFamily or #ReplayFam. Just drop that in the comments so I know that you're watching the replay. And thank you for your support in advance. If you have any other distractions, put them away, because we're about to dive right into the conversation about how, for the next 15 minutes, I really want to do this. I want to go ahead and give you what you need to do to be able to create engaging content in a way that will actually beat your competition, and in a way that will allow you to stand out. And then I want to spend the next 15 minutes to answer any questions if they come up, or if not, I want to just give you a couple of questions that have been niggling at us, which constantly niggling at our customers, that keep coming constantly at us, and we keep answering them over and over again, because there is a reason why that's coming up, and I want to discuss that with you guys on this live. So let's get right into it and discuss it. Okay, I want to try and share my screen with you. I want to do my whiteboard. So let's bring up the whiteboard. Hopefully you can see this whiteboard right here. Okay, good stuff. Now, if you don't see the whiteboard, that's okay. I'm going to bring this whiteboard. Boom, there we go. You should be able to see it now. Okay, so how do you stand out from your competition using your video content? Well, this is what you got to do. Let's put that headline up there. How to stand out, with your videos. Okay, let's take a good look at this. Well, the very first thing you got to do and this is really important, you got to get clear as to who you're serving and what problem you're solving. This is the most common mistake that I have seen people make over and over and over again. Like as a 10x entrepreneur, you're forward thinking. You're thinking in the direction of, okay, hey, I want to go ahead. Okay, Tim's right here. I'm gonna bring Tim right in right now while we're talking. Hang on a second. I'm gonna bring Timmy in the house. Let's bring Timmy in the house. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Let's see where he is. Let's see where he is. Let's see where he is. Timmy, where are you, my brother? Why do I not see you, my man? Why do I not see you, bro? Come on, show up. Okay, I'm gonna bring Tim in. I'll say, there's a saying, disruption always follows intention. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but that actually makes a lot of sense. So if it did, then I want you to just go and grab some coffee or grab something to drink, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. He's about to jump in any second now. Watch. He's about to come in. See what he said? I'm in the green room. He's there. So we just need to get him in. All right. Where are you, my bro? Where are you? Better bring you in, champion. I can hear ya. I know I can hear ya. Still says I'm connecting. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to get you in, buddy. Hang on a second. Hey, for those of you watching this right now, especially if you're watching the replay, I want you to understand the power of doing this, because this one thing we're going to talk about is live streams, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. But you got to be able to handle it with posture. So we're going to talk about that in a second, okay? So watch now. Watch. We got Mr. Man. He's going to come in. Boom. And just got to see where you can head this boy. He's going to be right in this corner, right here, right where you're looking at. Oh, right here, this side. Oh, that's that. No, that's that. That's how we're going to add him right there. So we just got to see where he is, and we'll bring him right in. He's saying he's still connecting. So we'll wait, because once he connects, I should be able to find him, and then I should be able to bring him in. In the meantime, Tim, if you can hear me, mate, just see if you can log out, log back in, and or just restart your laptop and see if that works. I don't know, maybe that'll work, but let me know. And yeah, I should be able to spot you right here, so I can bring you right into the house, bro. That's good for you guys. Tim's in the house, so get ready. There's some good action that you guys can get access to. Okie dokie. So where were we? We were on the whiteboard, weren't we? We were on getting clear with who we serve and what problem we solve. Now, if you want to stand out from your competition, I got to tell you this. Your competition, with your videos, I mean, you got to make sure that you understand this. Your competition, a lot of them are not clear. They may seem like they're doing well, but the reason why they're not doing if they're doing well, they're not doing it fully to their capacity or their potential. Do you understand? So perception is reality. So I want you to take your eyes off your competition, and put your eyes on the truth. And the truth is, most of your competition is struggling to get clear with who they serve and what problem they solve. You know why I know that? Because after 24 years of us being in the industry of serving tens of thousands of individuals and working with top corporate companies, including small business owners and medium-sized enterprises, the one thing that we've seen in common, there's a common thread. They always lack this clarity. There's this constant haze that they have about the customer and about the one problem they solve. They're trying to solve many things for many people, and you don't want to be one of those people. You don't want to be able to solve many things for many people. You want to be able to solve one big problem, and you want to focus on specifically that one person that you can help. Why? Because when you get known in your industry for being able to solve that one big problem for that one type of customer, now you can open up the floodgates of being an expert, and you can offer other aspects of problems that you can solve. Because guess why? When you solve that one big problem, right, for this one individual, this one specific type of avatar, guess what happens? That solution that you provide creates multiple problems for that client, which is a good problem to have. Why? Because if every solution creates multiple problems, that means you have an opportunity to solve those problems, provided they trust you, know you, and like you. But in order for them to know you, trust you, and like you, they have to know that you are known for one thing, a specialist, being an expert. And some of you may disagree, and that's totally okay. But I'll tell you this now. If you focused your energy on one problem that you solve and you focus on getting known for that one problem, your content that you create will be so much easier to digest and so much easier for you from a research standpoint, because you will hit home the point you want to, right? Like when you know, like if you look at what Grant Cardone does, Grant knows exactly who he's targeting. He knows exactly who he's speaking to. In fact, if you listen carefully to his videos, you'll hear him speaking about oftentimes you'll hear him calling out the person that he serves, okay? And he has individual products that serve individual kind of problems, solves individual problems for individual kind of people. Now, you have to understand this. You're not at Grant Cardone's level, right? You're still on the come up. And at whatever level it is, if you're on the come up at the level of, you know, making your first $100,000 in revenue, or whether you're on the come up of making $250,000, or whether you're on the come up of making $500,000, or if you're still on the come up where you're hitting 3 million already and you're still on the come up, it doesn't matter where you're at. The point is, if you're still on the come up and you haven't established that kind of level of success like what Grant does, even if you go back to say back in 2012 or even 2009 when he was promoting, you'll notice that out of all the products that he was focused on, there was one product that he focused on mainly. In other words, there was one industry that he focused on, which was the car industry, which was the sales industry. He focused on helping salespeople to help them close deals better. How was his one problem that he would solve for that one type of audience? From that, he got known, and then he built his brand from there, and he started growing. So this case study is really interesting for you to know that when you're creating a video content, for you to stand out, know that most people are not clear about who they serve and what problem they solve. They're busy serving a lot of people, and they're trying to solve a lot of problems. Don't do that, because you're diluting your message, you're diluting your brand, and as a result, you're not really showing up as an authority. Obviously, there is a difference between a specialist, like a heart surgeon, versus a general practitioner, aka GP, right? And we both know the income disparity between the two, right? So you think about it, if you, God forbid, that if you ever had to have a heart surgery, would you call on a GP, or would you call on the best heart surgeon that is available to you, right? The answer is obvious. So you want to be able to be known for that one problem as a specialist, as an expert to solve, and then at least in the front end. And then once you earn people your customers' trust, once you earn the likability factor, once you earn that, you know, that wisdom, that mentor sort of role for your client or your customer, now you can open up doors to the other problems that you can solve for them that arise from solving that initial problem that they came to you for. Does that make sense? So get very clear with who you serve and what problems you solve. If you can do that, then you will now have a chance to have your videos stand out from the competition, especially today in 2022. Why? Because a lot of people are trying a lot of different things and trying to be everything to everyone and ending up being nobody to no one, like the crickets. So be mindful of that. Have a sip of my amazing chai. All right, number 2. Let's go to number 2. Let's see, by the way, let's see if Tim's in the house. Tim. I don't see Tim. No, I can't see Tim just yet. Tim, I don't see you, bro. I don't know if you're watching this, but let's see. What are you saying? Says it's connecting. Okay, that's the message I read last. That was about 14 minutes ago. So nothing, no update just yet. Waiting for good old Tim Hyde. All right. In the meantime, let's go to number 2, because I'm going to give you 4 in this time that we have together, and you're going to apply this. That's a goal. What I want for you is, don't just take this as information. I want you to sit down and get clear. I already gave you how to get clear with your messaging, right? You got to know who you serve and what problem you solve. All right. Number 2, the way for you to have your video stand out from the competition is always identify your audience. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is your audience is of three types when it comes to marketing, right? You have cold audiences, warm audiences, and hot audiences. You have to identify who is the audience that your video is being created for. So that means you got to think with the end in mind. That means when you identify that audience, that type of audience, now you can go ahead and create content accordingly. Because one of the biggest things that you have to remember is this word. Jot this down. It's called relevance. Let me write this here. Relevance. Okay? Relevance, because relevance is context. Your messaging has to be, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. You can probably see that now. Context. You have to have context to your videos that you're producing, right? Your content. Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I'm talking about literally about 5 years ago. It was content is king, content is king, content is king. Everyone will talk about content being king. I'll tell you what, content is not king anymore. We're in 2022. Hello, content is not king. Context, right here. Context is king. Content is queen. That's how I would look at it. Okay. Why do I say that? Because if your video is not contextual, that means if it's not relevant to the type of audience that you're connecting with, they will not connect with you. Okay. How do I know that? Well, simple as this. Let's look at cold audience for a second. Cold audiences are audiences that do not know who you are. They do not know who you are. Okay. If they don't know who you are, then that means you have to first build a relationship with them before you can go ahead and ask them to marry you, right? Before you even build a relationship, you have to first go on a date, right? So how do you do that? That's a topic for another day. But you need to identify that really clearly and go, okay, well, if they don't know who I am, then I need to make sure that my content is based on a way that I can still help them to build that trust. So what do I need to do? Simple. We need to educate. So basically, we need to give them value. What do I mean by give them value? Now, this is a tricky one. This is what most people will not tell you. In fact, if they do tell you, you have to pay them a lot of money to be able to get this information. Okay? But now you're getting this for free. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, listen carefully. When you say give value to someone, to your audience, it's not based on what you think is valuable to them. See, if I created this video content, this topic, if I came up with this topic today or tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's not based on, oh, I think this is a valuable topic and people will love it. No. That's not what this is about. This is about making sure that you find this topic valuable. That's why I chose it and I went ahead and we're creating it. Does that make sense? So driving value for an audience means that you have to make sure that they find it, your audience finds it valuable. That means they find it important to solve the problem they have. And if that's the case, then you've got something of value to share with them. Now, how do you do that with an audience that's cold? Your intention needs to be to educate them. Make sure that you're educating your audience at every, let me get that screen right. There you go, that's better. You got to educate your audience, okay? Education will allow you to start building this relationship that you didn't have with someone who didn't know you. That's called the cold audience. All right, let's go to number 2, warm audiences. With warm audiences, these people kinda know you. They kinda know you, okay? They're getting to know you. They're warming up to you, okay? They've seen some of your content before. They've listened to some of your stuff before. And now they're beginning to know you. They're beginning to kinda like you. They're beginning to kinda trust you. Okay, so when you have someone like that who's kinda liking you, kinda knowing, getting to know you, kinda beginning to trust you, what do you do with these people? How are you supposed to create contextual information? How do you make it relevant? Well, simple. All you got to do is you got to think about interaction. You got to think about interaction. You got to get them to interact with you. How do you get someone to interact with you with your video content? Well, it's simple. You create engaging content. Engaging content means that, for example, at the end of your video, you can drop a call to action that would be something like along the lines of, hey, if you really want to find out how you can make these videos stand out from your audience, I've got a checklist for you. So I'm going to give you this checklist. All you need to do is you need to go to thiswebsite.com and enter your details and download that checklist, which will be sent straight to your email inbox. Okay, so now that is a very soft call to action. Yet I'm not asking them to buy anything from me, but I'm just literally giving away something that they can engage with and they can interact with. How do I know they can interact with that? Well, because in that checklist, I might say when you apply one of these and you experience a roadblock or success, tag me either way so that we can come back and give you some feedback, or we can see what you're doing if that's what you like. Now, I'm trying to get them to have this reciprocity with me, right? Trying to create reciprocity. So interaction, when you think of interaction, think of the word reciprocity. When you think of reciprocity, what I basically means is it's two-way traffic, right? It's not one way. It's not just me talking to you, but it's actually getting you to communicate with me, okay? So if this makes sense to you, in the comments right now, go ahead and type, yep, makes sense. All right, let's go to the third one, the third type of audience that you want to identify. And this is called the hot audience. Okay, so what's a hot audience? Hot audience are people that know you. These guys know you. They know you, they like you, they feel you, they flow you, they trust you, right? Why? Because they've already seen your content before. They like your content. They might have interacted with your content. They would have engaged with your content. They would have got a sampling or a taste of your offer or your product or your service or your opportunity or your knowledge or your wisdom. And so these people have a different way of you to communicate with, because here's the thing. With them, the content has to be contextual with regards to one thing and only one thing. Objections. They have objections. Now, what you know is what Grant Cardone always says. Take an objection and turn it into a complaint. Treat an objection as a complaint, right? Why? Because when you treat an objection as a complaint, you kill the objection, right? You're literally killing the objection. They're like, if you thought about, if this was water and these were little sharks in there, right? Killing an objection and turning it into a complaint and handling it like a complaint is like eliminating these sharks from the water. And so by doing this, what you're essentially doing is you're showing that your intention is to convert or make a sale, right? Okay. I'm just still trying to find out. By the way, let me see why I can't get Tim. See, Tim's not being able to jump right in. It's saying add to broadcast. We're trying to add Mr. Tim Hyde to the broadcast. I don't know what's going on, mate. I wonder why you can't connect. Really, really, really strange. Really strange. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna make sure that you're here the next time. We're gonna try and test it out with you next time and see what happened and why this is happening. Sorry about that, Timmy. But hey, you guys don't feel disheartened. I'm telling you right now. When Tim comes back next week, you guys are gonna have a great time. I'm gonna bring Tim next week, and we'll make sure he gets on here without any problems. But he's fantastic. So you're gonna learn today. We're actually picking up on how you can use these videos to stand out from your competition. Next week, we're going to take this conversation and say, great, now you got these videos that are standing out from the competition. How about you fulfill this marketplace that you're attracting, and how do you take that away from from your competition by creating an amazing system in place that you can automate as well. And that's what Tim Hyde was going to talk to you guys about today. But yeah, let's keep rolling. Tim, man, we'll see you. I'll see you next week. We'll connect and we'll talk and find out how we can get you next week. Thank you so much for trying, though. I really appreciate you trying, Tim. All right, mate. So back to what we were saying here. So you want to convert, right? So the intention for a hot audience is to convert. So when you're creating video content for this audience, now you can use a call to action at the end. Because here's the thing. They know you, they like you, they follow you, they're ready to work with you, they trust you. But even though they say they're ready to work with you, there's something that's stopping them. It's an objection that's stopping them, right? It could be a time objection, it could be a money objection, it could be a spouse objection, it could be a self-doubt objection, it could be a shamefulness kind of an objection. Whichever it is or whatever it is, that's stopping them from moving forward. And they may not be able to say that to you straight away, but that's for you to identify and get them across the line. And so your content now needs to be contextual to that. And that's why I say it's so important for you to identify your audience and get clear as to who you're creating your video content for. Because once you identify that, your messaging, what you're sharing, your content will become relevant. That means it'll be contextual. And that's the key. Context is king, content is queen. All right, let's go to number 3. Okay. Number 3, you need to make sure that you have a great, now let's say you're shooting your video. You need to have a great hook. You need a powerful hook. You got to make sure that when you're starting off your videos, you need to have a hook that will grab their attention and will stop them from scrolling. You need to do that. How do you do that? Well, very simple. You need to make sure that it's a pattern interrupt. People go, well, Sohan, what's a pattern interrupt? A pattern interrupt is basically people are in this trance. They're busy thinking of a million things, and they got spouse issues, money issues, health issues, God knows what other issues, personal issues, professional issues. And so they're trying to look for answers. Everyone's looking for an answer. Everyone's making a decision constantly, and they're online and they're on their phones online as well. Your job is to be able to interrupt that pattern, stop them dead in the tracks, and be able to get them to listen to what you have to say by making them curious. So the first 4 to 5 seconds of your video is really, really vital for you to have a hook that will do exactly that. And if you manage to do a good job in the hook, you will now be able to get them to click on your video to watch the video. And then the rest is obviously you got to keep it contextual, which is point number 2, so that you can keep them watching your video longer, right? So hopefully that makes sense. You could use different props for a hook, right? You can use props. And if you're going to use a prop, pick an object that is relevant, but is also something that's universal. Like if I give you an example, like this coffee cup right here, right? Great. It's a coffee cup. Most people have a coffee cup at home or a coffee mug at home. All I need to do is find one feature or one characteristic of this coffee cup and tie it back to the content that I'm talking about. So it's contextual, right? By doing that, I'm now creating this relevance, and I'm also creating the relatability factor between the audience and me. So why? Because the coffee cup is something that they already can identify with. So you got to find something that they can identify, find an object or a prop that they can identify with, but is also relevant to the message. And by doing that, it raises curiosity because they're going, what is he talking about as far as a coffee cup is concerned? While I'm reading the title about, how to have your videos stand out from the competition in 2022. So what does that coffee cup got to do with it? Why is he pointing to the coffee cup, for example, right? So think like that and think of objects that you can use as props. Another example of, so let me just put that here. So an example of that was props. Another great way to create a hook is to think about the entrance to something like have an extravagant entrance, right? Like a grand entrance. If you had a grand entrance in the video, or if you just popped out of nowhere into the video, that allows people to just go, whoa, what just happened there? It's an interrupt in their pattern, right? Now you can do it individually, or you can you can do it personally, or you could go ahead and you could use video editing tools to create that with B-roll footage. Sohan, what's a B-roll footage? A B-roll footage is, let me put that in there, B-roll. So B-roll footage is basically, when you watch a video, you see a different scene, right? You don't just see that one person. Like in a live, it's different. But let's say I wanted to do a different scene and I wanted you guys to get a different flavor of this conversation so I can interrupt your pattern. Great. Now I've just gone ahead and I've created a different pattern, right? Why? Because I have a different angle let me just get the microphone. I have a different angle, right? I'm using a different angle now, so you're seeing me with a different way. It's black and white. This is called a B-roll footage, right? In an edited video. I'm just running this live right now, but typically this would be a B-roll footage. So you want to think about, okay, what can you add in there that can interrupt their pattern and hook their attention? You can do that in the beginning of the video, but you can also maintain that throughout the video by using text overlays, using graphics, sound effects, etc. But that's through the video. But when you're talking about the first, the first 3 to 4 seconds or the first 4 to 5 seconds of your video, you're just talking about that one B-roll footage that you could potentially use to support that interruption that you're looking for from them scrolling. Okay. And if you keep this factor in mind, by the way, you can get really cool B-roll footages from promo.com. Now, promo.com has not sponsored this live at all, but it's definitely shout out to promo.com. These guys have, and I'll drop a promo.com link I'll drop an affiliate link in the description. But regardless, whether it's affiliate or not, go use promo.com. Go there and look at all their footages they have. You can do two things. You can get ideas from those footages and do them yourself, or you can just literally use one of those as a B-roll footage for your hook, right? It's a clever way to use it. It's available online, and there are so many other websites like promo.com that you can also go and check out to get some ideas to go and either model that or just use that clip to put it in and include that in the beginning of your video. So these are the 3 main points that I want to share with you in tonight's conversation or today's conversation with you, wherever you're in the world, of how you can take your videos and have your videos stand out from the competition, especially now in 2022. But I'm going to give you a bonus one, okay? This one's really, really, really critical. With this one, what you need to focus on is using lives. If you want to beat your competition, if you want your content to stand out, lives allow you to be findable. What do I mean by that? Number one, lives allow you, whether you're doing a Facebook Live, whether you're doing an Instagram Live, whether you're doing a YouTube Live, one thing that you get a chance to do is you get to bring rawness, authenticity, being, speaking on the spur of the moment, interacting with people. You get a chance to do all of this if you're in a live environment like we are right now, right? What this allows people also to do, this is point number 2, reason number 2 why you need to do lives, is that it gives other people a chance to find your content when they meet you or when they hear of you. How do you know that? Well, because your live content sits on your platforms that you're going live on. For example, this one's going live here on YouTube, but it's also going live here on Facebook, right? Wherever you're watching this from. But it'll stay there forever. Now, the beauty of it is when someone's trying to find me, or if I meet someone for the first time and we part ways and then they want to try and find us and connect, and if they just remember my first name, they can go and do a search. If they did a search on Google, they'll find a video on YouTube from a live. If they do because it's native, it's using the native platform. Same with Facebook. If they go on Facebook, they do a search for me, they'll find my content and they'll most likely find my live videos as well. Now, this is a really cool way for you to stop going and trying to find people, but actually start becoming findable yourself. And we can go into this topic another day and just spend a whole hour and talk about how to become findable. If you want to know more about how you can become findable and you want me to do that and teach you exactly how to do that so you can start creating a 6-figure day and a 7-figure day in your business through your video content by becoming findable, go ahead and in the chat, let me know, and then we'll go ahead and create a session for this, or we'll create a stream for it for you, okay? But in the meantime, in between time, know that lives have the power to really bring out the authenticity in you, create that raw, real relationship between you and your audiences. But secondly, it also allows you to become findable. And here's a third reason why lives are really powerful. Third reason is you can take that live now and you can chop it up. If you had one video, which is live, now you can chop that up into so many different bits, and you have micro videos of the same live. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can just create so many mini sound bites or video bites from this 1 hour, 2 hour live that you would have done, that you can now start broadcasting on all your different social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Insta, whether it's YouTube, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's TikTok, right? You can just go crazy on sharing your short videos. They could be anywhere from 15 seconds to 5-minute long videos or 6-minute long videos, and you can start posting them on different platforms. That's another topic for another day as to what sort of length works well on what sort of platform, right? But you get the point. That's really, really powerful if you create lives. So if I were you and if I wanted to really start, taking control and dominate the marketplace right now, and I want to really smash my competition, the best way to do that is to take these four things. Get clear on your message, find out who you're serving and what problem you're solving. Pick one problem and get clear on the person to the point that you should be able to name that person, right? If you gave it to an artist and they had to sketch it out, they would sketch out based on the description you've given them. Plus, they would have a name there to add to that. Like, that's how clear you need to get. Number two, identify your audience. Are they cold? Are they warm? Are they hot? Based on that, you go ahead and create your content, because it's not content that matters so much as context of that content, right? That content becomes relevant as long as it's contextual. That's the point you need to get. Number three, hook. You got to hook someone's attention in your video, and that's what your competition's not doing. They're making boring ass videos. They're just starting the conversation with, "Hi, my name is," and they start giving their name, or they go, "Hey, wherever you are in the world." Like, that's not how you start a video, right? If it's pre-recorded especially, you want to make sure that you have a hook in the first 4 seconds of the video so you can hook their attention, grab their attention, stop them from scrolling, and they're paying full attention to your video, because that's all that matters in that moment. That's what you want to do in the first 4 to 5 seconds of your videos, right? So hook is really important. And then the fourth one for you to be able to create videos that will stand out from your competition, especially now in 2022, is use the opportunity of doing live videos. Facebook Lives, Instagram, there's a structure for Facebook Lives as well. Just make sure that you can create that. Why? Because the lives will allow you to be authentic. The lives will allow you to be, so it'll allow you to be authentic. I'll put that here. Authentic. So you can build an authentic, real, raw relationship, right? Real, raw relationship. You will then be able to be findable, right? So instead of you going and trying to find your customers or clients, your customers, your clients would find you because of your live videos, because they're long form content. Lives are usually long, like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, 50. Like this one's already, we're about, half an hour in, and we're going to go for another 20 minutes. But you can see it's almost an hour long live. It's almost an hour long video. When this is done, we're going to take this live, we're going to take the recording of this live, and we're going to chop it up into little bits, because then we can start syndicating on different platforms using mini videos, because you're creating so many sound bites. Yeah, so now you're creating something called omnipresence. And Grant Cardone talks a lot about omnipresence. That's why he's everywhere with his videos. He just loves to pump out those videos on any platform that comes out or that has been around. He just goes out and puts his content out aggressively, regardless of whether people find him aggressive or not with his content share. He just does it because that level of content share allows people to know that they can find him easily when they're looking for him. So you want to be findable very easily, and Lives is a great smart way to do that, because you're creating a long video one time, and then you can chop that up and syndicate small bits of it everywhere on the internet, and you can use it not just once but multiple times over a period of a year or two. So think about that strategically and make sure that you use these 4 steps. Now, if you found this useful, go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification right there, so you can get notified every time we go live or we pump up and shoot a video, and check it up here, because we're creating content. One of the biggest things that we didn't do all this time was we weren't using YouTube so much because of our avatar or our audience. We were not serving you because we weren't serving you. And so we were focused on a different set of audience. Now we know we're serving you and you live on YouTube. That's why we're here. And we want to constantly be able to be service to you and be able to show up and shine for you. Okay. So if you like what you see, if you're going to apply, go ahead in the comments and say, I'm going to apply. And please come back and give your feedback, because I would love to take that and help you and we can help you to move forward with it as well. Lots of content coming your way. We're definitely doing this show once a week, so you want to tune in, be available next week. Watch out, because we'll be covering another topic around how you can really stand out. I'm going to do whatever it takes to bring Tim Hyde. Okay, to show you how you can now create nurture sequence or a nurture process based on the content that you've created using these 4 steps. All right, so here's a powerful question that people keep asking, and then we're going to wrap this up. I think this is really, really important to discuss this question that keeps coming up. Well, people say, well, Sohan and Vas, you guys say video content, like video marketing, is a superb way to get a message across, right? And you say that it's a really powerful tool to increase our sales, to generate leads, to increase our brand awareness in the marketplace. But every time I put my content out there, I seem to go blank. Like, before I shoot my video, I go blank, and then I have to do a million takes to be able to put the video out. And by the time that happens, either I'm exhausted and I don't want to do it again, I feel put off by it, or I put the content out there and I'm not getting any bites. In fact, one of our clients said this. She said, I'm actually finding people unsubscribing, unfollowing me from Facebook. What do we do? Okay, that's a heavy loaded question. So here's the first thing that I'm going to say you got to do. First of all, the good news about that last bit that I just shared about people leaving you and not wanting to watch your stuff, guess what? Grant had a lot of people. Grant Cardone, I keep saying Grant Cardone a lot, because if you look at anyone who markets with video a lot, it's that one man. He really knows how to pump out and dish out content on different multiple platforms to create an omnipresence. Wouldn't you agree? Type agree in the comments. So he would say this if he was here right now, that it's a great problem to have, because you'd have these people out of your way so you can make place for the people that actually need to listen to your stuff and be able to work with you. It's a no-brainer. So if you're clear, like I said before, if you're clear about the message, let's just go back to full screen. If you are clear about your content and you know exactly what you need to talk about, to who you need to talk about, and the problem you need to solve, then you are going to communicate and attract that person. And the people that don't relate and can't connect, they're going to walk away. They're going to unsubscribe and they're going to unfollow you, which is exactly what you want. You want to disqualify people that are not the people that you want to serve. And you want to qualify the ones to bring them in by having this clear messaging and content. So that's something that I would really, really keep my focus on. And I would ask myself the question, am I clear about my messaging in terms of who I'm serving and what problem I'm solving? Okay, that's one. Number 2, you need to drop out of your head and you got to drop into your heart. Now, this is a big one. One of the big things that we talk about is conscious communication, conscious marketing. What is conscious marketing, Sohan? Well, conscious marketing is when you can stop talking about just the surface stuff that people say they want as a solution, and actually get down to not just giving them that, not just selling them that, but actually giving them what they really need, which is the deeper conversation you need to have with them at a conscious level. That means you are being super hyper intentional about what they really need, and you're covering that in your marketing content. Now you are penetrating the depth of their soul to help these people and get them to step forward and grab your hand so that you can serve them at the highest level. Drop out of your head and drop into your heart and create content that is heart-centered, not head-centered. Tony Robbins says it really well. If you're in your head, you're dead. If you're in your head, you're dead. So you got to think about, are you going to stay in your head and try and use logic and statistics all the time? Or are you going to choose to turn around and go, no, I'm not just going to use statistics all the time. I'm actually going to create content that is going to be based on what people feel. Because what people feel is very important as much as what people think. But in fact, you might notice that when people make a buying decision, they will buy if they feel like buying. They won't buy just because you told them to buy from you. It's no different to eating a great meal. You wouldn't eat a great meal, or you wouldn't want to eat a meal unless you felt like eating a meal. Simple as that. You got to feel like it. You wouldn't drink water if you weren't feeling thirsty. So it's the same thing with buying. Think about anything you've bought. The reason you bought it is because you felt like buying it. That put a smile on your face. So the same way, you need to make sure that you got to get people to feel like working with you, feel like interacting with you, feel like using your education that you're providing and then moving forward. And the way to do that is really tapping into the deeper conversation you need to have. Now, let me have that deeper conversation with you right now if you're not doing this already. You are doing business, maybe you're crushing your sales, right? But you're not showing up on camera. And the reason you're not showing up on camera is because despite knowing that you must and you should show up on camera to promote your business and keep like Brandon Dawson says all the time, promote. You know that you need to be living in alignment with that, but you're not doing it. And the reason you know you're not doing that is because there's deep down a fear or some insecurity that is stopping you from doing that you may also not have an idea of what it is. However, you're sitting on it despite knowing that, okay, well, there's something that stopped me. I may not know what it is, but I know there's something. The awareness of knowing that there's something that's stopping you from promoting through video is enough for you to go ahead and take action today, right now, to do something about it and resolve that insecurity. Remove that insecurity out of your way so that you can start showing up on camera. You can start connecting with your audiences. And there are lots of strategies, and people go, well, how do you get out of your head and stay in your heart? Well, there are lots of ways to do that. Okay. One of those ways is like what we teach, Vass talks a lot about, is priming, right? Like if you look at Tony Robbins' priming technique, is the breathing technique. That breathing technique is really great for someone to just stop being in their head and start connecting with their body and create that oxygen in their body, which then allows them to stay in their heart, and then they can shoot their video content. We've seen a great amount of success come through that because people get present. People get out of their head and they get present by being in their body. So in their bodies. So it's possible for you to do that. That's just one way to do it. But that's not the real issue. That's the how. The real thing is understanding the what. You know that you need to get out there and you need to promote. And there is insecurity in you that's stopping you. You're seeing people like Brandon Dawson. You're seeing, even Brandon wasn't on camera for a long time. He wouldn't show up on camera because he thought his role was validated by being important for himself by focusing on off-camera duties, right? But he soon realized, having started to work with Grant, that he needed to be in front of the camera. He needed to be in front of the camera, promoting, not just looking into operations and strategies at a higher level or granular level. He had to be in the front, practicing the twin tickets of success, sales and marketing on camera. And video is the best way to do that. So identify that you need that insecurity removed so that it can get out of your way, so you can start creating content on camera and you can start producing results for your customers by actually bringing them towards you, by you being findable, not by you hiding behind something else. You know, forget about not being consistent on social media. If you can just choose to be consistent with creating a video to start with a week, man, it's a game changer. Right? It's a game changer. But that's the hardest part. To feel like doing something like that. To feel like wanting to shoot a video. Again, it's not trying. You know, what's the best way to lose weight? Lose weight? No. Best way to lose weight is to feel like wanting to lose weight. That's the first step. If you feel like wanting to lose weight, then you'll do everything in your stride to do everything to be able to lose weight. Gain weight, same thing. You want to build muscle, you want to keep going to the gym. The only way you're going to do that is feel like doing it. The reason why people pay for the gym memberships and then they don't go after 2 months or 3 months or 4 months and they keep on paying the membership is because they don't feel like going to the gym. It's not that they don't want to work out. It's not that they don't know how to work out. It's not like they had amnesia and they don't know how to do it anymore. It's not like they have a problem with the gym anymore. No, it's just that they don't feel like going to the gym anymore. So when it comes to videos, yeah, the biggest challenge we see is that people don't feel like wanting to get that problem out of their way. They know they need to. They need that insecurity out of their system so that they can focus on promoting their business. They know that they must do it because it can produce results and get them business, but they don't feel like doing it because they don't have the support. They don't have the accountability. They don't have someone, for lack of a better phrase, kicking you in the to be able to say, come on, you can do it. We don't have that. Especially when it comes to videos. We might have that from a business standpoint. You might get Grant Cardone to be your accelerator mentor, and you might meet him Fridays or Saturdays or whatever, Thursdays once a week, to be able to receive guidance from him. But when it comes to shooting videos, you don't have anyone like that. We didn't have anyone like that, which is exactly why we created the Make More Videos Challenge. This is the only 5-day challenge where you would walk into that challenge. You will feel like creating videos. You will end all the insecurities that are getting in your way to create the videos. And you will walk away from that challenge in 5 days, creating all your marketing videos strategically, pragmatically, methodically, that are proven, tested, and trialed and perfected, by the way, that has produced all these strategies that you'll get in there, have produced over $14.2 million in sales. Those are the strategies that you're going to get your hands on. Those are the strategies that are going to allow you to create your videos while you're in the challenge, not some theory that you need to go and do on your own. No. You're going to do it in the challenge with us. And we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to hold your hand, lock arms with you, hold you accountable, give you the support you need if you get stuck or you fall off the horse, coach you, guide you, mentor you if you're in the VIP room with us, specifically for your business, so that you don't have to just get the high level conversation that most people give by saying, oh, you need to do this and you need to, not just the what, you actually get the how, and not just the what and the how, you actually end up with the outcome, which is the video. The videos that you can use over the next 12 months to 36 months on all your social media platforms for the product or service or, opportunity, whatever it is that you're trying to promote. You will have access to that. Because this wasn't there before. We didn't have that. So we said we got to create a space where, there are some places where you can get video challenges and they talk about the lighting and the microphone and all that crazy stuff. That's all cool. Do you know what? At the end of the day, if you had your smartphone, if you had decent light, and your audio that you was using was from a microphone, nowadays you get these really cool microphones, less than $50, less than $40. You can get a wireless Bluetooth microphone. You can just literally plug the receiver into the phone, the transmitter into your hand, the transmitter into the phone, the receiver in your hand, and you're off you go. Like, you can just literally shoot a video with good quality of sound, and you can use natural lighting in front of a window, and you can shoot a video with your phone and create content because it's raw, it's real, and it builds relationships. It's relatable, right? But again, it's not about that. You already know that. There's enough information on YouTube to get that, but here's what's stopping you: the feeling. So coming to the 5-day challenge allows you to feel that, so that you can not only continue to feel that, but you can now create content that will actually create leads and sales. I mean, we've had go on that. When you go on to makemorevideoschallenge.com, by the way, there is a free training that you will have access to where we actually expose the 6 mistakes that entrepreneurs have said they made when they were first starting to create their video content, which cost them a lot of leads, cost them a ton of sales, and a ton of profits. And you don't want to face that one more day. So if you want to get that free training, which is $1,000 worth, go. Grab it. It's at makemorevideoschallenge.com. The reason we've put it before you go and register for the challenge is so that you can at least see and identify the mistakes that you are making or have made or you're about to make, which you had no idea you would. One way or the other, it's going to help you. And then taking that, if you wanted to know how you can solve those mistakes, then the challenge is exactly where it's going to take place. And then you can go ahead and register after watching that free training. It's a 6-part, 7-part training, but you can get access to that for free, makemorevideoschallenge.com. And then you can register for the challenge. We've got one coming up this month. You want to go ahead and you want to sign up. Okay. If you don't sign up, well, you're just going to prolong and you're going to delay and procrastinate this feeling of wanting to create videos, which is going to cost you a lot of leads and a lot of sales and a lot of profit. Just being truthful. I'm just having real talk with you. So if I were you, I would go and at least take the free training, and I would apply those, that knowledge that you get from there plus what you learned today, and make sure that you don't make the mistakes that entrepreneurs have made. Entrepreneurs like you, they're forward thinking, they're established entrepreneurs, they're 10x entrepreneurs. They have made mistakes like you would have made or you would potentially make if you don't know these things. So if you went there, you can at least take that training and you can apply it in your businesses. And I promise you, that alone will allow you to create crazy amount of deals. The challenge has produced multiple six-figure deals for individuals. Like one video for one of the individuals has produced multiple six-figure deals. They had never shot videos like that. And in the first 5 videos that they shot during the challenge, one of them just popped and it created multiple six-figure deals. Another challenger, she came in there. She was a coach for parents who have autistic children. She wasn't clear on her messaging. In fact, she wasn't sure whether she should just zero in and focus on that niche. She was going to expand, and she was doing the thing that I was saying before, right at the beginning of this conversation today or tonight, which was not clear. She wasn't, because she was being everyone to everyone. You don't want to be everyone to everyone. You want to be an expert to someone, to one type of person. So she got that clarity in her messaging. Day 3, she comes back and says she got 2 clients worth $10,000. That's in the challenge, by the way. Now, you can get in the challenge in 3 ways. First way is you can prepay and book your general admission pass for $97. Okay, that will give you access to the challenge. We live stream that into a private Facebook group, so you'll have access to the challenge every single day. It's a 1-hour general session that takes place. It's not a theory, not theoretical. It's not a training. It's not a course. This is a doing, activity-based workshop. It's a challenge. You're actually taking action every single day. You're creating content. Okay, with guidance, obviously. Now, there are 2 ways you can get into this. You can either prepay for $97, or you don't have to pay anything, get in for free, attend the whole challenge for free. Okay? Attend the whole challenge for free. And then at the end of it, if you loved the challenge, if you really loved the challenge, and you thought you got 10 times more than what you think the price was, then you don't have to do anything at all. And then you'll automatically be billed $147. But if you didn't enjoy, if you didn't love the challenge, if you didn't absolutely feel like it was 10 times more than the price, then all you need to do is on the last day, we will give you a special email address that you need to send an email to, and we will cancel your order. Fair deal? Because if you don't know us and you don't know whether to trust us yet, that's okay. Come in, do the challenge for free, create all your content that you need to, and you will see for yourself that you will turn around and go, man, this is unbelievable. And this is not me saying it. You'll see other challengers saying this all the way through. Okay? We've been doing this for the last 3 years now. More than 3 years now. Okay. Alternatively, if you are serious about growing your business and beating your competition and making sure your content stands out in 2022 and beyond, then here's the kicker. If you're serious and not curious, then you can upgrade to a VIP experience. And in the VIP experience, yes, you'll get everything from the general admission, but what you will really get is that 1 extra hour where you can sit with us and get coaching from us, get guidance from us, specifically answers to your questions, specifically to your needs and your struggles in your business as far as your videos and your marketing and your sales and your offers are concerned. And we will guide you and coach you, which normally, if you had to book us in as a consultant for an hour, that would be $20,000 for an hour. As your consulting partner for an hour. But if you come in through the VIP in this challenge for an extra $200 upgrade, $200 upgrade compared to 20 grand, you'll be able to get all the same kind of access and information every day, 1 hour a day, in a group setting, on a private call, on Zoom. You'll be able to ask questions. And here's the best part. It's not just the questions that you ask, it's the questions that you don't ask, because that you didn't think of, that someone else in the group thought about, which is where the power of the collective really lies. And that's what you get access to. You will get access to a like-minded community of other people that need your service, perhaps. So you get a chance to network with these people. You get a chance to rub shoulders with them. You get a chance to hold them accountable. You're more than welcome to bring an accountability partner. In fact, if you want, I'll sweeten this for you now. If you choose to upgrade as a VIP, all you need to do is you need to let us know by sending us a DM on Facebook. Send us a DM with a screenshot of your VIP ticket that you bought or that you buy, and we will give you an extra VIP ticket for free. which you can hand, or you can pass that on to someone else in your network and bring them in as an accountability partner for free. Okay, but of course, if you don't use it and no one's going to come, then please give it back to us, because there's somebody else that will always need that ticket. Okay, but that's what we would do for you. If you upgrade to a VIP, you'll get another ticket for free. Okay, this is as simple as that. Now, if you go to makemorevideoschallenge.com, you can watch the entire training for free, which shows you all the mistakes, the 6 to 7 mistakes. In fact, there's 6 mistakes plus a bonus 7th mistake that we chucked in there, which entrepreneurs like you have gone ahead and committed and when they were creating videos, and that has cost them a lot of money, a lot of sales, a lot of leads. If you don't want to make those mistakes, go to makemorevideoschallenge.com, grab the training, watch the entire video training for free, and then make sure that you go to the registration page for the challenge, sign up to the challenge, come and join us in the challenge, get your videos created, make sure that these videos, at least be assured that these videos that you've created are based on strategies and headlines. Because as you know, headlines are very, very important when it comes to your videos. And if you're serious about beating your competition, then you really need to make sure that your headlines are tight. So we're going to actually share. By the way, if you're a VIP, we give you a handbook of hooks and headline ideas that are proven, trial tested, and perfected, which is like a 200-page thick book. You actually get a digital copy of that, which is worth $2,500. You're going to get that for free as a VIP. We're going to throw that in for you for free. Okay. Plus, we're going to give you a workshop that we did called Sell Without Selling through storytelling, where you get, it was a mini workshop that we did, and you'll get a recording of that. That's $1,000 workshop. You get access to that workshop recording where at the end of that workshop, you would have created your 2 to 3 minute story where every time you open your mouth to share that story, and it doesn't matter where you share that story, whether you're doing a keynote presentation, whether you're doing a sales presentation, whether you're doing a video, you can use that, embed that story wherever you want to convert for sales. But every time you open your mouth and you share that story, people raise their hands and their credit card and say, here, shut up and take my money. Let's go. Like, if you want people to hand out their credit card and say, here you go, take my credit card, let's go, I'm ready to work with you, then that storytelling workshop is powerful. It's called Sell Without Selling through storytelling. Okay, so we're going to give that away for you as a VIP for free, for just upgrading yourself and taking it seriously, not just showing curiosity. Because there are a lot of people that are curious, and you got to stop being curious. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but seriously, if I were you, I would stop being curious and I would get serious about promoting my business so I can 10x the business like really quickly. Because I'd be in a hurry for doing that. Because time is not money. Time is infinitely more valuable than money. Okay. All right. So with that being said, go to makemorevideoschallenge.com. Make sure you grab the free training and then feel free to go ahead and register. I told you there are 3 options. You can either prepay, or you can do the whole thing for free, or you can upgrade to VIP if you're super serious. And yeah, we'll see you on the inside and we'll be able to change your life completely. You'll not only be able to create content, video content that will create customers and clients, but it's transformational. We've had people who have transformed their lives. They couldn't see themselves in front of the camera and they couldn't stand their own face on camera. Today, they have no problem. In fact, video producers are asking them for tips on how they can produce videos or how they can create videos. Insane. Like, that's the kind of level of transformation that takes place in our community. So yeah, go to makemorevideoschallenge.com. If you really enjoyed tonight's conversation or today's conversation, if you're watching replay, #replay_family in the comments. And of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the like button if you really like the video, and hit that bell symbol so that you get notified the next time we produce a content. Feel free to watch other videos in our library, because it's all about making sure you can create video content that will create customers and clients for you so you can 10x your business and not feel anything else except glory and beat that competition down in 2022. Let's go. Talk to you soon. My name is Sohan. I'm signing out. Have a great evening. Have a great day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to read your comments. Ciao for now.
Bueno, sí. Camina. Rico, rico, rico. Y como dice mi coro que sigue ahí. Escucha mi salsa buena, abre la ventana. Escucha. Ahora estamos gozando hasta la mañana. Escucha mi salsa buena.